Hello there. This is John V, Software Evangelist at JSCAPE, and you're watching a JSCAPE MFT server tutorial. In today's video, we'll show you how to use groups. A group is a named set of virtual directories and file system permissions that may be assigned to 0 or more user accounts. This is useful in the event you wish to manage file transfer permissions for multiple users based on user roles. Let me give you an example. Let's say we have 4 users. User 1 and User 2 are senior managers. User 3 is an assistant manager. And User 4 is a regular employee. To assign different permissions for these users, we created a couple of groups. A group named Senior Managers and a group named Assistant Managers. User 1 and User 2 belong to the first group, while User 3 belongs to the second group. User 4 does not belong to any group. Both manager groups share the same directory. However, they don't have the same permissions. Senior managers are allowed to do practically anything on this directory, like upload files, download files, view the list of files, delete files, and so on. On the other hand, assistant managers are only allowed to do one thing. They can only upload files and nothing else. Users who aren't members of any groups, like User 4, can't see the shared directory at all. Let me show you what I mean. First, let's log in as User 1. User 1 is a senior manager, so this user can see the shared directory. He can navigate into it, upload files into it, view the uploaded files, and so on. Let's now look at User 2. User 2 can likewise navigate into the shared directory, view the files in that directory, including files uploaded by User 1, and even download files from it. Let's now move on to User 3. User 3 can still see the directory, but when he navigates into it, he won't see anything in there. Remember, all he can do is upload files onto it. He can't even see the files he himself uploaded. But if User 1 logs in, this user can see the file uploaded by User 3. How about User 4, the user who doesn't belong to any group? Unlike the members of these two groups, User 4 won't be able to see even the shared directory itself. So how did we set up something like this? Let me show you. Log in to your JSCAPE MFT server manager. Navigate into a domain and go to the Groups module. Create a new group by clicking the Add button. Let's create the Senior Managers group first. Path is just the name of a virtual path. In this case, this virtual path maps to the shared directory. That's in F drive, managers, files. Notice that you can also assign a reverse proxy as one of its virtual paths. If we look at the group's permissions for this virtual path, we see that all permissions are allowed. We leave it that way because we want members of this group to be allowed to upload, delete, view, and download files on this virtual path, just like what you saw earlier. Let's now create the Assistant Managers group. We use the same name for this virtual path and map it to the same directory. However, let's configure the permission settings so that members of this group will only be allowed to upload files to this virtual path and be able to do nothing else. Now that we have our groups, the next step is to assign users to them. We add User 1 and User 2 to the Senior Managers group and User 3 to the Assistant Managers group. User 4 is not assigned to any group. That's it. Now you know how to use groups on JSCAPE MFT server.